What's up, everyone? This is THICC bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here. In this video, I'm going to be using a team that has SNORLAX in it. So I'm running Venusaur, Togekiss, and SNORLAX. Looking at this team right off the bat, there is one glaring weakness to this team, and it's Fire-type users. And you can see in this first match, I actually end up against the Typhlosion, which is not good at all. But a lot of people are using SNORLAX as a Giratina counter. Because SNORLAX has access to Lick, you're going to be hitting for super effective on Giratina. And if that Giratina is running Shadow Claw, if it's the altered form, you're going to be heavily resisting those attacks. And if you're up against Giratina Origin form, you are complete wall to that Giratina because it's most likely going to be running Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball. And SNORLAX is insanely bulky as well. Lick does a good amount of damage and has decent energy generation, and it has access to Body Slam, which is a fairly spammy move, as well as Earthquake for those nukes against like Registeel. So a lot of great things to consider. I'm not super sold on SNORLAX, but I did want to give it a try, and I think I do pretty well in this video. As we watch back, we'll kind of count how many wins I got. I might have went 5-0 on this sweep. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of SNORLAX. Really fun to use SNORLAX for the bulk. Just purely for the bulk, you hardly have to commit shields against that thing, but you do need to watch out for the fighters, definitely. So he is running, my opponent here is running Giratina Origin form. I have my Togekiss on there, Typhlosion. Even though Typhlosion is going to resist the charm damage, it's not very bulky, so I'm able to charm it down there. Now, Togekiss does not resist the Ghost-type attacks, so if this is a Shadow Ball, it's most likely going to take me out. Wow, I surprisingly survived that. Togekiss is relatively bulky, I guess, in Ultra League. I've really done a lot of studying and playing in Great League, so I'm well more versed in that league compared to Ultra League. It's always surprising to me how tanky some of these Pokemon, how much more tanky they are in Ultra League versus Great League. Actually able to take this first match there. Venusaur is a pretty decent lead. A lot of people either like to lead Togekiss or Swampert. There are so many freaking Swamperts in Ultra League. It's insane. And it makes sense. It's a pretty inexpensive Pokemon to build with only that 10,000 Stardust cost move, and you don't have to max it out. So this is a very favorable lead for me, Venusaur against Togekiss. I'm expecting the swap, so I pull up the switch screen. Very surprised that they're staying in here. Whenever your opponent stays in a negative matchup like this, you can always assume that they're going to try to make a sacrificial swap. So I did overfarm there a little bit, but since they were stuck in the 3-turn charm animation, I decided to throw Sludge Bomb instead. They are still staying in this. I am so shocked. So I am going to shield this. I'm assuming they must have a Swampert in the back or something that's very weak to Venusaur. They commit a second shield. What is going on here? I'm resisting the charm damage. Okay, there's the sacrificial swap that I was expecting. Stayed in there a little bit too long. And I bring in SNORLAX here to just totally not have to shield anything. And just as kind of a sacrificial tubby boy here. The lick damage is hidden for super effective. And because shields are down, I'm going straight for the Earthquake. Body Slam would be heavily resisted. That is one of the downsides of SNORLAX is you have to land the Earthquake against Giratina. So you do need to watch out for that. But again, I'm heavily over farming here. Even getting a little bit of lag there on my licks, but that's okay. This Earthquake goes through. It's still not even enough to take out Giratina. Giratina is such a threat in the Ultra League. It's insanely bulky. And if you can get that Ancient Power boost, it's absolutely insane. There have been some games where even in a negative scenario, I just commit 2 shields to Giratina, go straight Ancient Power, and I believe it's a 20% chance that you'll get the boost, and I can throw, 6 to 7 Ancient Powers in a given matchup. So I hit the boost fairly consistently when I'm using it, and it's just hilarious. I kind of feel like I'm like breaking the game when I do that strat. It's a pretty elite strat. It's called, yeah, just give your Giratina 2 shields and roll the dice for the Ancient Power boost and sweep a team of 3. But pretty fun. Poliwrath, man, Poliwrath is legit in Ultra League. I don't have one built yet, and I most likely won't build one because I want to save the dust. But if you have not used Poliwrath before, it is amazing. Now that Mudshot as the fast move is not Legacy anymore, the energy generation is amazing. You can get to Ice Punches to threaten the flyers like Togekiss and threaten Giratina and the grass types. And you can get to Dynamic Punch to really hit Snorlax hard and hit Registeel hard. So we're 2-0 in the video right now. You can see my current win-loss ratio on the screen there. I'm doing okay in Ultra League. It's really hard at rank 10, especially with blind battles. Look at that, we have another Togekiss lead. Very surprised that they're staying in, but I'm expecting the swap. They're still staying in, so I'm going to throw the Sludge Bomb. I can't tell you the number of times that someone has landed a successful sacrificial swap on me, and I've dumped my energy into something that sucks. So I have since learned, if you are in a positive matchup, expect them to switch out and kind of over farm and expect that they're going to switch out. So hold on to your energy. But they ended up staying in. I have a loaded Venusaur, somewhat loaded, and I won the lead scenario. Oh, I think this is the match where my opponent either rage quits or lags so hard that the game just shuts down. Because he brings in Venusaur, which is not the best response to my Venusaur. Gonna let this go. And then most likely bring in my... But he doesn't land the Frenzy Plant bait. That's very unfortunate. I'm able to get to another Sludge Bomb here, and here's where I think... No? Still playing it out? Okay, commits a second shield. You cannot Vine Whip me down. So he's either getting some crazy lag. It looked like he was getting some lag there. Just go for the Sludge Bomb again, and at this point, I think this is where he either quits or the game just crashes. So I cut that clip because I was literally stuck on that screen for 2 minutes, just on that screen. Finally, my app just crashed, and when I booted it up, it said that I had won. So I was going to win that matchup anyways, especially up the shield, and still had 2 healthy Pokemon in the back. So unfortunate when that happens, but this is a favorable matchup against the Breloom here, because Breloom is so glassy. I'm going to go for the Frenzy Plant bait here. I'm going to resist Dynamic Punch, I'm going to double resist Seed Bomb, I'm going to only take neutral damage from Sludge Bomb. All of these moves are possible moves that Breloom could be carrying, so I'm not going to shield this first one. It's Dynamic Punch. Holy cow, that thing still hits like a truck though. Out comes Ice Fang Hippowdon, and I did not know what to bring in on this thing because I had never seen this before. This is a very interesting team, Breloom and Ice Fang Hippowdon. Hippowdon with Ice Fang, I would assume, would be a pretty decent Giratina check, as well as a Grass type check, but you're still going to be taking super effective damage from the Grass types, so not a huge fan of that. You can see how much damage that Ice Fang is doing, and it doesn't even get stabbed. That's pretty impressive how much damage it's outputting there. And Hippowdon has access to Earth Power as well, which has a debuff chance, and Body Slam, which is a fairly spammy move. Ooh, I might have to check that out. Have you guys checked out Ice Fang Hippowdon yet? Because I definitely have not. Breloom is a great response to Snorlax. I just want to get this Body Slam off. I know they're going to counter me down, so instead I switch into my Togekiss, and this Charm is going to do so much damage. If this is a Sludge Bomb, I need to shield this up, so I don't risk it. I just shield it up, but it's only a Seed Bomb. Ugh, that feels bad. They've got Giratina in the back, but shields are down, so I know I'm going to be getting hit with an Ancient Power, which is really going to hurt. I need to get my own Ancient Power. Can I get the boost? No boost. Ancient Power will not one-shot me. But because their Giratina is running Shadow Claw, the energy generation is amazing. Barely able to charm it down there. Out comes the Breloom and it faints, so I'm able to take that match. We're 4-0 currently. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. I always make sure to upload a video every single day, trying to stay consistent with the schedule here. And it is very apparent that you guys like the Go Battle League content more than the Silph Cup, because I get literally at least like triple the amount of views on my Go Battle League videos, which is really cool. That's like all the rage nowadays. It's the new thing. But make sure to check out some of my Silph Cup videos as well. I try to put out that content to help you all in your Rose Cup tournaments. I know those are still taking place within the month, and I'm trying to give you guys some knowledge within that, even though I take a huge hit view-wise. But I really want to make sure that you guys are still getting some Rose Cup content. So Lucario is an interesting pick. I actually just received a message today from someone that was running Flash Cannon on their Lucario. So they're running Aura Sphere and Flash Cannon, and that thing looks legit because you can pretty much one-shot fairies with Flash Cannon, and the Aura Sphere is an insanely amazing move now that they gave it to Lucario, so that might be something to consider. I don't know, there's Ultra League honestly feels a little bit less stale than Great League. I'm so glad I'm not seeing any more Altaria or Azumarill, and I haven't really seen that many Registeel, even though Registeel is an amazing pick for the Ultra League. It's just so expensive to make that hardly anyone has one built. But the Muck lands the Sludge Wave, easily takes me out there. I had to bring in Snorlax, and this is going to be some very aggressive farm down. Okay, thank goodness the Muck was not able to get to a charge move. Very close there. Out comes the Togekiss. I'm going straight Body Slam here after I farm up a little bit of energy. If I win this game, I go 5-0 with Snorlax, which would be very exciting. You do get Stab on Body Slam as well because of Snorlax's normal typing, so that's pretty great. Really putting a lot of pressure on the Togekiss. I'm expecting the charge move. We both simultaneously swap. I need to get to this Body Slam. Barely able to get to it, and this should take out the Togekiss. They were probably right, very close to an Ancient Power, but I don't think an Ancient Power would have KO'd me at that range. So we were able to sweep 5-0 using this team. It does have a very big weakness to fire, but I was still able to pull out that win in the first match there. And I actually did this on the premium track, so it's always exciting when that happens. But let me know what you guys think of this team. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to support the channel and be on my friends list and train with me, head on over to my Patreon. Link will be down in the description. And I will see you all in the next video.